we only share the good parts of our life or the end product, that people don't exactly comprehend what the process to getting to that place is actually like. Hello everybody, welcome to Speak Votomi. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. Once again, this is a place and platform where we chat all things life. So today I'm doing a life update, and I share this part of my life because I think it's encouraging for people on a similar journey, on a similar road, to know that they're not alone, and for people who have not started the journey to see what it's potentially like. But also I think sometimes, you know, the way that social media is structured, we only share the good parts of our life or the end product, that people don't exactly comprehend what the process to getting to that place is actually like, and we end up envying people, not understanding or knowing what it is that they have gone through. So I'm making sure that I document all of it, so that I can go back one day and look back at it and be like, this is where I was in my life, and God took me from this place to the next point in my life, so that I can constantly and continuously be grateful. So yes, just a bit of a recap from the last time I had. So I started my undergrad in psychology in 2019. I did it at UWC, and then I did my honors in psychology at SACAP, and I completed that, which was absolutely great, and I'm grateful for that. Passed cum laude as well. I don't think I'm going to be going to graduation because, yeah, man, I think it's quite difficult to celebrate understanding and knowing that, yes, I graduated well, but there's still more to come for me to get to where I want to be. But also I understand that it's important to celebrate every small victory. So I don't know how I'm going to balance that, but I'll probably find a way to do it. And where am I currently? So I didn't get into masters. You probably saw that previous video. I was very devastated, I don't want to lie. Most of December I basically just spent trying to not think about the fact that I didn't get into masters, and just trying to distract myself from actually dealing and answering the question where to from here, because I really did not have any answer or response to that question. So I spent a lot of time with friends, I spent a lot of time going out, and just when January hit, I was just like, oh my goodness, I need to sort out my life. I literally got a gift last year, you know, like a whole like a package thing that helps you make, you know, and set up your whole vision board. I have been so anxious to start that process because, yeah, I've made plans before and it doesn't seem like life goes according to that. And I mean, I know what the word of God says about all of that, but yeah, man, sometimes it really just hurts and it stings, and you just continuously need to realign yourself with God's purpose and plan for your life, which is not an easy thing to do, if I'm being honest. But nonetheless, here we are, and we're doing exactly that. So I didn't get into masters, and as I mentioned, I was really devastated about that. But onwards and upwards and forward, yeah, I didn't have any other choice. Like going backwards, starting another degree, that was out of the picture. I needed to make this work. So luckily for me, at the end of the year, end of last year, I had applied for a volunteer program wherein I would be counseling patients at the hospital, and I started in mid-Jan, and I've been able to do that. And the experience so far, I won't lie, it is super stressful, but the working environment is great. The people that I work with is super great. They always, you know, prioritize putting your mental health first and telling you, you know, if you feel that you can only take 2 clients a day or 2 patients a day, you need to do that so that you make sure that you're fine. So I think the work environment is really healthy, and along with that, it was a requirement for us to do 2 courses. So I just completed a trauma course, and I'll be doing a spiritual care course next week. It's meant to help with the program and just part of what they require from you at the hospital. So it's been very eye-opening. I've seen a whole lot of things in the few weeks that I have been there. I've been exposed to a whole lot, but I think I'm also learning a lot more about myself. And man, psychology is so glamorized. It is so glamorized. I literally get home and it hits me that I can't say I had a good day because I've been listening to like sad stories the whole day, but it really is fulfilling for me. It's something that I really want to do. I'm grateful I have the opportunity to be doing. yeah, I'm just the happy girl then. So when it comes to that, so that's what I do on Monday and Wednesday, and then on Thursdays I am doing lay counseling at church and also helping with events planning. So that's what I'm doing as well. I literally also just finished a training course for that, and I promise you, it was led by, there's a social worker that was leading and doing the whole program, and there was a clinical psychologist that was helping and assisting with the program as well. So I have honestly learned so much, because I think my biggest anxiety factor was the fact that I have done theory for 4 years. Put me in a room with somebody, I would not even know what to do or where to start. And this year I am gaining so much practical knowledge, practical experience. I got to shadow people while they are counseling people and individuals, and I do debriefing where I ask about certain cases to be like, how would you approach this, what do you think about this? But also at the end of the day, I work within my limits, because I am not a psychologist or a professional to say, so yeah, I work within my limits and I stick to those, and if I am unable to do something, I need to be comfortable with referring. So one of the most difficult lessons that have been difficult to comprehend during this time in this season is the fact that you're not going to be able to help everyone. There are people that no matter what you say to them, they're not going to want to talk to you. And I think it's been difficult, because you think, I get into psychology because I want to help people. There are people you're just not going to be able to help. I mean, I walk into hospital wards, and sometimes you see somebody that's there and they don't want to talk to you, or they're not ready to talk to you, or they feel, you know what, I really don't need to talk right now, I'm in so much pain, and you want to come here and talk like it's not something that I want. Okay, you can't help me. I've literally heard people say that to me so many times, that what can you do, or there's nothing that you can possibly do. And it's been a journey learning to not take that personally, but also understanding that I'm not going to be able to help and assist everybody. And I guess those days where you get that one individual that's like, thank you for your help and your assistance, it really does go a long day, but it's not something that you should expect all the time. And also another thing is that you can see a patient today and they could be moved to a different space tomorrow, and you might not know where they are, or they might just be discharged and you don't know how the story unfolds or ends, and you just need to be like okay with that. Yeah, pretty hectic, but it's part of the job, it's part of what I signed up for. Yeah, I'm just learning so much this year, and I'm really just taking it a day at a time. There's a lot that I'm doing within the week, and in my spare time I find it difficult to do things that I like, but I'm trying to make sure that I balance that accordingly and make time for my friendships and make time for like a whole lot of other things as well, while I continue to just grow in this year and make sure that my CV grows and that my chances at masters are way better, because that is ultimately the goal at the end of the day. Yeah, I think even now in retrospect, the way that I answered some of the questions in masters this year around, with all the experience that I've gained, I mean it's only like a few weeks in now, but imagine by June when I go for a master's interview, because that's what's going to happen. Yes, I think my answers are going to show the amount of growth that has taken place in this year, and I just really hope that things are going to be different this year. But I have a good feeling about this year. I don't want to jump the gun or anything like that, but I think God is constantly reminding me to trust him and the places that he's going to take me, because I was just looking back the other day, and in a moment of gratitude I was like, you know what, this was not part of my plan, but this is an experience that I would not have gotten otherwise if things didn't go the way that they are going right now. You know, the things that I'm learning working at the hospital, the things that I'm learning working at church, the things that I am learning interacting with different people, doing different training courses and so forth. These are experiences that I would not have experienced had things gone my way. I guess that's what I get for not checking my battery percentage. But as I was saying, I'm just super grateful for everything that God is doing and has done in my life thus far. I think it's just a constant reminder for me to continue trusting his plan and will for my life, and that I will be where I need to be when I need to be there. It's easier said than done, trust me. but losing hope is not an option, giving up is not an option. And yeah, man, we're gonna try do this thing over and over until we get the results that we need and that we want. So I really hope that this helps, and that if you find yourself in the middle like I am, where you're not quite where you used to be, and that's a good thing, but you're not where you want to be, and you just take each day as it comes, that you are present, that you are grateful, that you find peace within that space, and that you trusting the process is one thing. And I see the old jokes that you're making about, does the process know that we're trusting it? But I think it's easy to trust the process if you trust the God of the process. So that's just me. I'm just gonna trust God in the season, trust that He's gotten me this far, and He didn't do it to just leave me here. So hope this video was helpful for you. Have yourself a fantastic whatever day of the week it is. Mwah.